Wow. Oh, we're gonna start out with the Hell in a Cell matches first, because there's no way I can get past what just happened. Best match in the history of women's wrestling just happened. There have been a lot of good matches over the years. That one was awesome, simply put, and I think that it did deserve the main event. I loved how Sasha Banks pulled a Mick Foley or Mankind when he fell off the cell, getting taken away on a stretcher. Comes back into the match for Sasha Banks, gets powerbombed kind of off the cell, or like she was climbing up the cell. Charlotte grabbed her, powerbombed through the freaking announce table, and like the whole time she's getting helped onto the stretcher, Charlotte is berating the crap out of her, and Sasha Banks comes back in and just beats the shit out of her. Like when she climbed up the cage with the cell and hit the double knees, that was awesome. I was like, holy shit, she's Spider-Man. And then really, every time she was about to get on a move and almost finish the match, Charlotte just relentless with the moves to the back. And after Sasha Banks put her on the middle turnbuckle, put the chair right under, double knees through the, holy shit. And then Charlotte's still not done, grabs her by her head, and she's like laying across the ring apron and the stairs. Bang. I'm like, holy shit. They set up a table, and Sasha was about to powerbomb her through the table, right? Well, first, Charlotte was going to hit a moonsault off the table and put her through the table that way. Sasha got out of the way, moved the table there, going for a powerbomb, and she couldn't, obviously, because of her back. And I thought, oh, damn it, I don't think she would do it. So when she fell, Charlotte picked her up and just threw her just repeatedly against the table. Like, holy shit, hits the natural selection. And again, Charlotte is the women's champion. And wow. That was a great match. I doubted it a little bit because I was worried of how they were going to use the cell for this matchup. So I was like, maybe it should have main evented, but it should have fucking main evented. We could make a case for the second Hell in a Cell match we saw tonight. That could have very well main evented. That to me was the best match of the night. Sasha and Charlotte killed it. I was really glad I watched the match, but fucking Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens, holy shit! Like when Kevin Owens had Seth Rollins, just spun around, threw him through the ropes. He's still flying in the air. Face first goes to the fucking cell. Then cannonball while he's up against the cell. He beat the shit out of Seth Rollins tonight. And then when they already had the table set up, and Kevin Owens grabs another one and just looks, and he's just fucking pissed. He's like, what? So he sets it up where he's like leaning on the cell and the ring apron, and there's another right under it. He didn't get to use it. And he goes, they're fighting, what is it before that table spot or whatever, but they grab a freaking fire extinguisher, Kevin Owens does, and when he goes to spray it on Seth Rollins, and he sprays against the ref, at first I'm like, what the hell was going on with that? Like, was it just a fucked up fire extinguisher, or was it really supposed to happen? And then when they opened the door to let the ref out, fans started chanting Y2J, and it clicked at that moment what was about to happen. Here comes Chris Jericho, but Seth Rollins was ready for it. Threw Chris Jericho into the cage, or the cell, because he was staying on ring apron, just knocked him into the cell or whatever. Then freaking power bombed Kevin Owens through those tables, and gets Chris Jericho, just continues to beat the crap out of him. Power bomb into the cell, but he still couldn't get there. He still couldn't go because right when he was about to win, hit the pedigree Again, Chris Jericho's still in the freaking cell, pulls him out of the ring, and then Seth Rollins hits a freaking pedigree on him as well. And I mean, just then they got the steel chairs and beat the shit out of Seth Rollins. But Seth Rollins fights back, beats the crap out of them. What an entertaining match. I enjoyed it. But when Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, there's two of them, they stopped that real quick, hit a pop-up power bomb, and it was over. And then after the match, like Seth Rollins, like he got destroyed in this matchup. He had a lot of nice moves too. Kevin Owens could barely walk as well, but Seth Rollins, dude, fuck. After the match, Chris Jericho, code breaker, like, damn, they killed Seth Rollins. I really love that match. So Sasha Banks and Charlotte, and then Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, man, two awesome Hell in a Cell matches. And then one cell match that I was kind of iffy about more than the Sasha Banks and Charlotte match was Rusev and Roman Reigns. I wasn't really enjoying the rivalry, but they had a damn good match. They had a good match when Rusev grabbed the kendo stick and beat Roman Reigns against the ropes or whatever. I'm like, thinking in my head, he's got that like bulletproof vest on or whatever. I'm like, did it hurt? But then, yeah, it probably still fucking hurt, obviously. And when he got the steel steps, face first off, they set him on the top rope, face first on the top rope, which I thought was a pretty cool way to do it. And then the freaking Superman punch that Roman Reigns hit at one point, when he hit it, I was like, I think he just used his elbow, like just Superman elbow, because when they did a replay, full elbow to the fucking face, and he still somehow kicked out. So when Rusev was hitting the accolades, the first time he hit it, not on the stairs or whatever, that was over. Like, he's done. Then he goes back and tries to hit it a second time, like, he just pulls him back. There we go again. And Roman Reigns got out. I was like, damn, he got lucky there. Then when they do it on the steel steps after Rusev beats the shit out of him with a fucking train, Roman Reigns gets out of that, hits him with a Samoan drop onto the stairs, and Rusev just gets up, standing on the stairs. Roman Reigns, that fucking awesome spear, runs, jumps in there. Like, they were way off the ground with the spear. Hard ass landing. Like, good match, and Rusev loses. I was about to Rusev wins. Roman Reigns wins. And it was not expected, but, you know, that match really did surprise me. It was a pretty good match. Best Hell in a Cell. It's tough. It's a tie for me. The Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens match and the Charlotte and Sasha Banks match, I can't pick a better one. Like, it was real. They were both really entertaining and awesome to fucking watch. Now, the worst match of the night was the Dana Brooke. She fucking pisses me off. And Bayley. I've said it before on these reviews. I do not like Dana Brooke. Didn't like her in NXT. Not liking her now. Don't give a fuck about her. Yeah. She lost to Bayley, which we thought so. And so my thoughts on that was maybe now we're going to get to see Bayley versus Charlotte, because I don't think Sasha Banks is going to be able to wrestle for a while. Holy shit. Like, and another thing with the women's Hell in a Cell, do I think we're going to see another one? If we do, it's going to be in like 5 years. Like, I don't know when they're going to be able to set up another one, because really besides Sasha, wow, I can't barely say her name, Sasha Banks and Charlotte, is there big of a rivalry anywhere else in that division? No. If they can build up another big rivalry, maybe next year, but I think they're all the year after, maybe if there's a big enough rivalry, they could make another one, but like, I couldn't see them having another one for a couple years. And then we go to the tag team match that had me wondering why they even had the match. Both teams need a win. I gotta make a case for both teams winning. But the one team that I wanted to get, that they need fucking wins, is the Bullet Club. Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows. But then Enzo and Cass are so awesome. They barely win now for some reason. Why put them together? Because they both need the win so bad. But Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows really need the win. Holy shit. They could have been better off in ROH and New Japan. Let's be honest here. They'd have titles right now. They'd be on top of the world with the Bullet Club. We would get to see those awesome matches in ROH like they had. And then instead they're on WWE losing pretty much every match, and then like once in a while they get a win. But it was a good match. I'm not complaining about the match, just why they had to have the match in the first place. Is for me, I want one of those tag teams to have the tag team titles right now, which we'll go into this next match. Like it's pretty much still talking about tag teams, which was New Day versus Sheamus and Cesaro, which was awesome. It was enjoyable to watch. I've said this before. I like the New Day. Just too long for me. It's time to let it go. Maybe not let the tag team go or like the trio go, but take the title off, please. It's been so long. I understand them having the titles a couple months ago, but now there's way more tag teams that they could drop the titles to. That would make sense. Like before, it was just Usos. Just Usos. No, really nobody else. We had the Wyatt family, but they were sometimes the tag team in the tag team division. So now there are so many other tag teams that like Enzo and Cass or the Bullet Club, like they could drop titles to them and it'd be fine. Now they won't still because they still have a lot of popularity. And like I said, sometimes they're awesome. Sometimes they're funny still. Sometimes their matches are always fine. So that's just my whole thing on the New Day. And they do get the victory over Cesaro and Sheamus. They were on the same page tonight, but still they couldn't get the victory because it was a DQ by Kofi after Sheamus killed the trombone on Big E. And here comes Kofi with the Trouble in Paradise. And the referee rings the bell right as Xavier Woods was tapping. So we could have had new tag team champions, but it didn't happen because of the disqualification. Do I think we're going to see another tag team matches Survivor Series? I don't know. There's supposed to be that tag team title, versus tag team, whatever, for SmackDown Raw. So I don't know who's gonna get an opportunity and when it's gonna be, but I think you should just go to Enzo and Cass or the Bullet Club. So there was a little bit more to say right there about the situation, but the camera froze. We're back. We're gonna move on to the next thing, which was the Cruiserweight match. And a lot of people saying WWE killed the Cruiserweight division after the CWC. I think the crowds have killed the Cruiserweight division. Because the matches have all been pretty entertaining. Matches have been great to watch. But the crowd's dead. Because not all of them have the WWE network. A lot of people who go to the WWE events are more or less... They don't like, oh, hey, let's go to an event because they're in town. They're not really diehard fans. They're just there because it's WWE. It's a big thing. Let's go. So they're not. Some of them are the diehard fans. I think they know what they're talking about. But like the people that are not there all the time, they watch. Sometimes they don't watch, and they go to the events, and then they're not really in the loop on what's going on. So. Do I think WWE totally killed Cruiserweight division? No. Because, like I said, the matches have been good. Crowd, not so much for most of them. This match, though, was not one of the better matches of the Cruiserweight division. It might be the worst. That's bad. I don't think I wanted to say that at all, because I really do like TJP. And Brian Kendricks, he's been around forever, and I've enjoyed his work, especially when he was with Ezekiel Jackson. Well, maybe like his last run before this one in WWE. I was surprised by the ending. I didn't expect how it ended. He kept asking TJP before the match if he can just lie down and let him get the victory. Lie down, let him get the victory. Let him win. Let him win. When he fell after the sliced bread and missed sliced bread, and it literally looked like he tweaked something, either the knee or his ankle. And then when he came up, hit that headbutt and got the captain's hook, I think he calls it. I was like, okay, I think I might have saw that coming, but not really. Like, I was like, will they do that? Or not? I think it might give an added something to the Cruiserweight division, because there's not really big storylines going into this. It was just kind of like the simple, same old respect storyline that we get a lot in the WWE. So maybe we can continue off of that, or we can just get Cedric Alexander in there, because he's the best in the Cruiserweight division. Him and TJP are fucking awesome. But so my match of the night was Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens, and maybe right there with it was the Sasha Banks and Charlotte match, where I can barely say Sasha Banks' name sometimes when I'm talking. It just, well, you know what I'm saying. But this was my Hell in a Cell review. My favorite Hell in a Cell pay-per-view of all time. Seeing as I would, like, before we had the WWE Network, I would try to buy all the Hell in a Cell pay-per-views, because Hell in a Cell and Money in the Banks were always my favorite. So when they started having pay-per-views for both, those are the ones that I always try to buy if I didn't have the WWE Network. And out of all of them, this was the best one. They killed it tonight. Very enjoyable through the whole thing. Let's be honest now. If you made it this far in the review, and you want to know if I'm doing a Raw review tomorrow, chances are I'm not. It's the Halloween edition. And let's be honest, holiday editions of Monday Night Raw are borefest. 4th of July, this is boring. Halloween, probably get a lot of gimmick matches. The first hour, if I'm ready to go to sleep already, I'm not going to do the review. So, yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. So, SmackDown will probably pick back up with the reviews again. I want to get committed and start back doing these reviews. But if the shows are bad that I'm doing reviews on, I'm not going to do them. So that's just my thing there. And that's going to, like I said, now finally we're going to end this review. Like, this was the best pay-per-view since WrestleMania. So, I'm going to give it like a 10 out of 10 stars. I'm not going to be honest. I'm just being honest with you. I think this was 10 out of 10. This was fucking awesome. And I am out. Thank you so much for watching.